guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Congratulations on the movie. Actually, it's probably one of the funniest films I've seen in a very, very long time.
Thank you.
So, yeah, congrats. So I'm going to start with you, Carey. How did you find yourself involved with these guys
What were you
doing
thinking?
this?
Yeah.
Well, Tim sent me an email,
Yeah, beautifully crafted.
beautifully crafted email, just saying, it said film opportunity.
No, it didn't.
Oh, that's
There you go.
Wow.
That is brilliant.
That sounds like a scam.
That's the first time I've heard.
No, what did it say? The title of the
Wow.
film was something
Casting
like
opportunity.
I'll dig it out.
a film opportunity.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
probably was.
And,
Well,
God, you didn't show that to us before you said it.
I booked her, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
and then it was it's like, would you like to read my film opportunity?
Yes. Would you like to read my film opportunity? Yeah.
Of course I did. Obviously, I said yeah, and I read it and I loved it, and then I said yes.
This has been in your mind, the three of you, for quite a long time, since 2007, or probably even earlier than that, because the short movie was released in 2007. What was it like, sort of working on like a bigger format and like a longer format? Was there much difference? Did you have to change many things? I mean, question to you, Tim, for starters.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider, really. I mean, we always wanted to turn that short into a feature. It did take a while, but yeah, that was always on our minds that we could make a feature film out of it. But there's a lot of considerations, which is why it took 18 years.
Yeah.
But like I think we were thinking of that in 2007, 2008, what the feature would be, and we couldn't work out what it would be, other than just stretch the short film and like make the pauses longer, to somehow get us over the line. But yeah,
And the joke's more awkward.
make everything more awkward and get over the hour and a half. Yeah, I don't know. I think we would always mainly be wistfully dreaming we could make a feature rather than constructively thinking this is how it would be. Some ideas very early which we thought weren't quite good enough, and I think we're glad we didn't write that and shoot that, because we might have just made a really forgettable film but made it quicker. So yeah, it was 15 years later where the main idea came that we would have this story about Nell and Herb having been in a folk duo from years before and been in a relationship. And that kind of unlocked everything, because you can keep a lot of the short film in terms of our relationship and a lot of even some of the scenes. But then, yeah, you can sort of break it apart in the middle and turn it into something which has got a little bit more depth.
I suppose the same question to you, Tom, because you guys have been working with this script for such a long time. Was there ever any doubt in your mind that you were going to play that role again?
Oh, there was definitely doubt about whether we would be able to come back to it. I think there was never a doubt about our desire to do so, but you know, it was over the years. It was just very hard to find the time and space to really kind of go back into this, because you know there were a lot of other things going on, a lot of other kind of work, sort of urgent work that all of us had, and to actually kind of be able to set that aside and spend the time really thinking about a passion project like this, and know that like everything else is probably going to have to wait while we figure this out. It's not easy to do. That's why it took so long. But I'm so glad that we did. It was something that we all wanted to do. But you know how it is. Life kind of gets in the way sometimes. And you know, it was a combination of just, I think, ultimately our sort of nostalgia for the short, kind of building and COVID kind of knocking out loads of other work that meant we really were able to kind of galvanise that and really concentrate on bringing the feature to life.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, but again, the differences between working on a short and working on a feature, how much more difficult did you find that, or did you not find it difficult at all?
No, I think if you think about it as the whole, it can become quite overwhelming. But really, it's the same kind of feeling, isn't it, about just building scene by scene. But I had the same desire or kind of want to make the longer form version of the film, and I was excited just to expand all those characters and the dynamics, and also the world a little bit. You know, just give us a sense of the island and spend a bit more time with the characters. That was it. Just hanging out with these lovely characters that I'd sort of fondly remembered working with before, and just sort of revisiting that, and then adding the rest of our cast and Carey, AK and Sian to build out that small ensemble. Yeah, it was really lovely to get back there. But yeah, there's challenges, because there's pressure that you want to make sure you keep elevating what you've done before. They were the hardest scenes to shoot, were things that we'd shot before, because they worked before. So there's a fear that might not happen again, or you might be able to bottle that magic again. But there's a lot of trust involved in this team, in the group, and so you just kind of commit to it and go for it. Yeah.
Carey, I want to ask you about the singing, because we've seen you. You've sang in other movies like Inside Llewyn Davis and a number of other things. What was it like singing on this? And did you get any pointers? Because I know you're married to someone who is in the folk sort of world. Did you get any pointers on how, the melodies go, or how you would sort of take on that role?
I didn't. I mean, I was. I'm a background singer. I mean, that was what I was very clear with Tom from the beginning. That don't make me sing on my own. If he's always the lead and I'm always the harmony, then that was fine. And we practiced a lot in the trailer and stuff when we were getting ready to work. No, he didn't give us pointers. I think I would have been annoyed if he'd tried to give me pointers. I mean, I'm acting, and that's sort of not his thing.
He'd have been annoyed.
And it would have been annoying for Tom. No, he just loved the songs, and he was really supportive. And I think I've been around lots of singers a lot over the years, just with him, and watched people when they sing. So I kind of. But no, he didn't give pointers. I would have really been a problem.
You play this guy, Charles, as I absolutely adored the character, because he is someone. I mean, he's a bit sad, but at the same time, he's just one of the most sort of kindest people you could come across. Was it really important for you to sort of like get that right, just right?
Yeah, that was the aim, to try and get those two things, balancing off. But yeah, it's sort of all in the script, really, and then Griff kind of managing that, and how, all the kind of nuances there. But yeah, there's a risk. You don't want to like make him too much of a buffoon. He is quite a buffoon at first, but you do want that in there, so that I think it makes it more interesting later when you start to feel for him and you start to like him. It's kind of interesting that he's been written off for the first 15 minutes by Herb and maybe by the audience as like a bit of a nonsense figure. And so I think that is maybe what makes it more interesting in the middle of the film.
I guess it's getting the balance between like weirdo stalker and sort of someone who is a real fan. What was it like for you, sort of working with those two characters and how getting it just right?
Well, it's wonderful. I feel like in some ways my Herb is such a grump that it's actually like, it's a lot of fun, like kind of refusing to find Charles funny, or refusing to be entertained by him. And
it's a very strange atmosphere when that happens, because that doesn't really happen in real life.
Yeah.
When someone's really trying to be funny and make everything really happy, and the other person isn't meeting him halfway.
I know. It's very unusual.
It's horrible.
It takes a real personality like Herb to do that, to sort of fend him off. But then the moments when Nell comes to the island and Herb starts to loosen up, and Herb sees how Nell enjoys Charles's company. I think I love that part of the film, when you sort of see that actually Herb just kind of makes a decision to find Charles funny and to sort of be entertained, beguiled by him, and they, the three of them form this kind of funny little friendship. I love that part of the film.
Brilliant. Thank you all so much for your time. Congratulations again. I absolutely love this movie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!